believe it or not, the electricity got turned off on the outside. And right as we got set up, my neighbor had electrical problems still from the storm, so all the electricity had to be turned off. And then we had to reset everything. So everything is like coming back to normal. I hope everything will work out okay for this show. I have a special guest who I'm bringing on. She's really been a family member for over 20 years. Um, she's been the front person for Bamboozle. I'll let her tell her story when I bring her on. Um, but you'll get to meet Miss LaVonda Elam, and LaVonda is originally from Kansas City, I think, or is it St. Louis? Kansas City, right? Um,
No,
No,
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
St. Louis. See, I got it wrong. But she's a
Lavalette,
Brooklynite
why
now.
can't I
She's
see both of you?
Yeah, now she's in
Oh,
Brooklyn, and she's been in Brooklyn for quite a long time now, since I've known her, except for when she lived with me in my studio back in the in the early 2000s, should I say, um, in Harlem. So, and LaVonda's been a salesperson for Bamboozle for quite a long time. So, without that, I'm going to go ahead on and introduce you to LaVonda, and LaVonda is going to be the person who's going to do some of the ear spears today. But I'm just want to introduce you to her now. So, LaVonda, are you there?
I'm
I'm
here.
here.
And this is Miss LaVonda
Happy
Happy
Elam.
Friday.
Friday.
Have
All right.
happy
Happy
funky
Funky
fresh
Fresh
Friday.
Friday.
Bamboozle
Bamboozle.
live with
Live with
Bamboozle.
Bamboozle.
So, tell them a little bit about you and what you do and how long you've been involved with Bamboozle. I see everybody's in the
Got it.
Got it.
house. Okay.
Great.
Great.
So,
So,
wow.
wow.
I've
I've
had
had
this
this
relationship with
relationship with
Bamboozle
Bamboozle
for
for
it's
it's
easily
easily
20
20
years, I
years,
would
I would
say.
say.
So,
So
We're fine.
I
I
met
met
Bamboozle
Bamboozle
at
at
um, BAM Dance Africa Festival, actually in the late 90s, and the booth was just one of the most beautiful booths I'd ever seen, artistically beautiful. And then this idea of something called an ear spear, I had no idea what that was. I just saw this beautiful piece of bamboo and this beautiful piece of bone that was crafted with different colors, and I was like, what is it? And as I was told what it was, I was just fascinated by the idea that you didn't have to gauge your ear and you could live in an illusion of this beautiful earwear and wear it as comfortable as you wear any earring. And I mean, I literally was at that booth for an hour just to purchase one small spear. But I tell you, it left such an impact on me that I never stopped wearing them since then. And bamboozle is most of the jewelry that I wear for my own personal everything. And other than a spear, the only other thing that you will always see me wear is a hat. So a spear and a hat is what I do. So when I moved away from New York for a minute to live with my aunt in the Virgin Islands, and when I decided to come back to New York, I thought, God, I need to do something, but I don't want to do what I've been doing. And I thought, I remember this jewelry company. I was like, what was the name? So I was sitting at a cafe in Fort Greene at the time when the Village Voice was still out. And I was looking through and I saw the name Bamboozle. I saw the festival. And so I called them up and just asked if they needed any help. And they said, sure. And there it was. I felt like a match made in heaven. I'd found my rightful place of being at home with this jewelry. I myself am an artist. I sing, I act, I teach. I can fix your plate if you need me to do so. Um, I pray and I lovingly and joyously sell this jewelry. So that's a little bit about me. I'm in Brooklyn. I live in New York City. Uh, yeah, welcome. For those that are returning that know this jewelry, yay, thank you for being here. Those of you that don't, welcome and be prepared to get bamboozled.
All right. That sounded very nice. So, you guys got a chance to meet LaVonda. LaVonda's going to be back on in a little while. I'm going to I'm going to start things off by giving you an idea of a little bit of our up and coming show. We're going to do behind the scenes thing so that we let you know a little bit more about what it is that I do and how I do what I do. That's why we're out in the shop today. This is one of the shops. So we're going to start off by showing you a little small video of one of the a couple of the areas that I get to work in. Okay, so I think first up is going to be I think one of the finishing tables that I'm working at, that I'm putting together a piece of jewelry. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to Bamboozle. This is LaVonda. I'm down in the workshop area in the back of my living quarters, and right now I'm at one of my finishing stations. I've got a lot of work areas, so today I'm going to try and show you a couple of what those work areas are and what I do in those particular work areas. Okay, so before I end up showing you my finished product. So here today I'm working on a pair of earrings, just finishing up some earrings. I've got the tools I need in order to be able to do that, and I don't. So let's stop right there. Okay, that ended kind of abruptly, but we're gonna. I think as soon as Zeke's got another one together, we'll show another one. I think we'll next time we'll get to complete that one. Okay. So in this area, I have a couple of different machines that are run by computers. Right here on the blue machine, right here, this is a laser engraver. And it does laser engraving on glass and wood, things like that. You can use it to do that. So it's set up to do my glass, and that's where I etch the glass with this particular machine. Okay, it's a CO2 laser engraver. Right here, this is a CNC machine. It's a very small little machine, but it's a great machine. It's one of the Chinese-made CNC machines. I bought it for like about $600 or $700, and I probably had it for maybe 6 years or so now. And I'm still learning on it, but it does a lot of different things for me. I can put a design together, make the design, bring it and lay it out here on the deck here, and plug it into my computer over here, and it will cut the item that I want out. And so I can use it to cut several different materials that I work with. I work with wax, I work with bamboo, I work with bone, I work with the ebony, I work with the ivory, and I work with metals like silver, brass, and copper. And this little machine will cut any of that stuff. All I have to do is give it the directions and tell it how to do it and what it's going to do, and it's going to plot it all out, and it's going to cut it all out for me. So, and the depth that I want it to do. So it's taken me a lot of time to figure this one out and move on to this one, but I love these. They're quite helpful. Very, very, very helpful. Like I said, it does all the cutting for you. If you want to do 5 or 6, you can lay it out such that you can do like 5 or 6 or 25 or 35. So it really doesn't matter. So, and that's what I do in this particular area over here. And so that's about it for what's going on in this particular area. Like I said, it was computer, CNC machine, and a laser engraver. All right. Okay, so I guess you got a chance to see my dogs, and that I didn't know that they were in that video. I did know that they were in the video, but that's my 2 dogs. One's a lab mixed with Great Dane, and the other one's a Border Collie mix. So they're a he and a she. Okay, so they're really and they like to be around me all the time. So wherever I go, they always want to follow around, which is the way most dogs do, I guess. But you know, So I have one more area to show, and then we're going to work in the. This is the casting room that I'm going to show you. Another area. So okay. Pan this room. This is my casting room. It also serves as a kind of place to do some painting, to spray some paints because it has an exhaust fan in the room. But what you're looking at right now is a vacuum press and a vacuum machine, that waxer. Okay, the waxer is on the right and the press is on the left. Okay, so you use these things to make molds. Okay, and if you're going to do some casting, you have to have these kind of machines around in order to be able to do that. And I got my file folder here that I maintain a lot of files from the days when I was a photographer in this room. So here are some of my photographs that are still up on the wall. That's Mario Van Peebles, Lionel Richie, Anita Baker, Jackie Harry, Jackie, Spike Lee, and Miss Wilson. Can't remember her name right now. I know it's Wilson. She's a singer, and she was one of my first assignments to go out for Capitol Records and do an album cover for her. And that was back in the California days. So those are in here. Also over here we have a vacuum, and we have a furnace. Got two furnaces, one to melt things in and one to cast in. Okay, with timers on them and stuff like that. And you can see some of the paint stuff that I do with the paintings that I do, but I have a fan in here that's an exhaust fan, so I can do that kind of stuff in here. But I've got some windows in this so I can see out. There's nothing to really see. My the house is over here, and over here is another house, so you really don't get to see much, but at least you get the light, and the light's what's really important. But so that's why I'm panning this room. It's not a small room. It's really about 8 by 8 or something like that, 8 by 10, something like that. Okay, so look, I first need to apologize for the buffering that's happening. Today, like I was trying to tell you earlier, I had everything already set up, and then the power company came along and cut the power. So now everything isn't stabilized the way that it was stabilized before. Because we did do a test yesterday, and everything worked out on our test very good. Everything was perfect. And just when we were getting ready to set up again today, the power went out. So I tried to give you a little brief view of some of the areas that I do work in. I got a couple more that I'm probably going to show in the future. We're going to be doing a behind the scenes thing where we're actually going to be trying to do a piece of work. Okay, so I want to say hello to some of the people in the house. I see Fern's in from LA, and Manhati from New Orleans, and Maryland. Yeah, I'm sorry I have a bad signal. I really apologize for that. Like I said, can we reset?
It's good. I don't know how long that's going to take.
Wow. Well, let's try the segment with LaVonda and see if she, I guess she'll be buffered too, though, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead on and move on. I'm sorry. I really have to apologize. I hope it's not so bad that you can't even watch it. I hope you can stay with me. So, do you have it on your phone, Izzy? we're gonna have to check it out. But let me go ahead on and introduce LaVonda. No, let me first start.
Just
I'm
reset.
doing number 1 through 5. Okay, so,
Just reset the whole thing.
huh?
Just reset the whole thing.
So I'm gonna apologize to everybody. I think I wanna reset everything. If you're there and it's really so bad, then I'm gonna reset, okay? So